How do I play again?
I don't know, but it's time to party. Woo! No, I can't remember the button.
Aha, motherfucker.
Get off me, you prick. Which one's the run button, you penis?
Well, hopefully what you just heard was some content that's going to be on our upcoming YouTube channel, the Pro Plays YouTube channel, which we'll put details up on our Instagram and Facebook. We're going to do some Let's Pro Plays and some other just kind of stupid videos, I guess.
That's what we're good at.
Very good. Welcome to Pro Plays for Revenge of the 5th.
True.
Which comes after May the 4th. We play games badly and speculate wildly. As sometimes, I'm joined by Daniel.
Hey.
And Rob.
G'day.
Let's get into it.
Thanks, Dad. Dad jokes.
What do you mean, dad jokes?
Just all of those Star Wars reference ones.
They're not Star Wars references. Well, wait, they are references, but they're just actually Star Wars marketing techniques, really.
I said, thanks, Dad.
There wasn't a lot for Star Wars Day this year. It was mainly sales.
There was nothing. It was ridiculous.
I mean, they brought out original Star Wars Battlefront on a lot of consoles. So now you can get that on Xbox One, backwards compatible.
Wasn't that already out?
GOG and Steam. No, not the original.
Oh, Battlefront 2 was.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they did Battlefront 2 a while ago, and now they've done Battlefront 1.
So they released an even older game.
Mm.
That's nice.
Which I got. I got on Xbox, and it's actually better than I remember.
It's better than Battlefront 2, the current one.
Debatable.
Correct.
So they got $7.50 out of you just for being Star Wars.
Correct.
100%.
Well done.
They've got more than that out of me for just being Star Wars.
So
Lots of places have.
Do they tip you upside down and shake out all the milk money?
Yeah, because there's not a lot. That's why $7.50 was like, oh yeah, I can get that.
Go Star Wars.
Go Star Wars, definitely. But yeah, let's get into some news, which we've got lots of small things. It looks like it's like the lead up to E3. There's not a lot of big stuff coming out. I was looking through here. There's a few big things that have leaked, or you know,
Or has there been?
has there? Yeah. First up, this was just this morning. I saw this. Apparently, Cadence of Hyrule might come out in May because it was in some official Nintendo newsletter. Cadence of Hyrule being the Crypt of the Necrodancer, not port.
Clone?
Yeah.
Spin-off?
I mean, it's a game. It's made by them.
Yeah.
Spin-off. That's a good one.
It's going to be too hard for me to get excited about this.
It's going to be much too difficult, but if it's reasonably priced, I'll get it. Because it looks cool and I love the music.
You can play the Necrodancer on my Switch if you want.
Hard pass.
Yeah.
Doesn't have Zelda in it. Or the Zelda music.
It's fucking impossible. Great game though. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. I'm sure it's good when you're good at it.
I can force Daniel to listen to the music.
Music.
Yeah.
Good topic.
That's, small little bit from this morning. This one, whoa, wild speculation incoming. So, the Xbox Twitter account tweeted Xbox.
The official Xbox Twitter account tweeted Xbox.
Phil Spencer replied P3.
Which
So
is-
clearly this means a new Xbox is coming.
Which is his gamer tag. I did some digging.
Mhm.
Which, when I say digging, I mean a simple Google search. His gamer tag is P3. Which once again confirms the new console's coming out.
Oh, definitely.
And gamer tags will carry over to the new console.
So breaking news by Pro Plays. We have a console announcement date.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, like P3 is definitely September.
Period 3
Of
Yep.
the year.
of
Yes,
the year.
the
Next
3rd
year.
September.
But that's
Confirmed.
facts. We would never do
We would
anything
never
but
lie,
facts.
No.
obviously.
If Microsoft would like to reach out and say otherwise, feel free.
Like,
But
we'll
otherwise,
we'll be like Wired for Sony.
lock it in. Yeah.
They can talk to us. They can take us in.
They
They'll
can
show
reach
us
out.
the demo.
Mm-hmm.
Because we've got it here. We've broken it first
Mm-hmm.
in our wild speculation.
So it's September 15th. That's the date that we have...
Next year.
Yes.
Yeah.
The
We've
3rd
found
September.
Correct.
Correct.
So 2 years away. Because there's one September this year, then there's another September next year, and then the September after that, it'll be then.
I feel like you're confusing the audience,
Mm.
and I'm fine with this.
It is in all seriousness, it is curious as to what this does mean. Is there some sort of E3, like...
I reckon Xbox is just fucking with everyone.
Yeah.
Judging by all the comments.
the way it feels like somebody from like the Game Pass Twitter account has got onto these ones just to fuck with people.
Correct.
Because
The Games Pass one has a lot of fun.
Yeah, they're very good. Whoever's doing their social media is very solid.
Oh, and the AFL social media, that's gone from strength to strength.
Which one?
Just the normal AFL Facebook page.
In general.
Unbelievable.
I follow that.
They've taken off all these Simpsons references have been coming through, and I appreciate it very muchly. They haven't put in football in the groin yet, but I'm assuming that's going to come in very soon.
Save that for the finals.
No, you just got to wait until someone gets kicked in the groin.
True.
It's coming. Segue to AFL Evolution news, though.
Oh, yeah.
Breaking AFL Evolution news.
From, like, what, 2 weeks ago?
No,
a week and a half ago or something?
It's about a week ago, not even.
Yeah, that's been rated by the Classification Board of Australia.
It's been rated.
So that's
Means-
usually a signifier that something's coming out.
It pretty much confirms the game is real.
Yeah.
And
Has
if it's-
been made.
If it's G related, you can rule out the blood rule.
Yeah.
Straight up. If there's going to be no
Have
blood
we,
in the
actually,
game.
I'm just going to quickly check.
Which they've got plenty of gameplay things to fix before they add blood. But
'Cause-
one of the previous, I asked online, one of the previous games was rated 6 months before release.
Yeah.
So it's definitely not time to get your pre-orders in.
I definitely feel like they're going to do better than that.
Mainly because we're against pre-orders. But
Because, footy season will be over in...
these
6
guys
months.
fuck up the release every single time. You'd think they'd release it with the start of the season. They don't. You'd think they'd market it with the season. They don't. They probably won't even reach finals. And then they'll charge you for next year's teams.
All I want...
God, I hope I'm wrong. But every time.
All I want is an AFL game where you get the My Player, you get to build a player, and then you level them up by doing various things. Just exactly 2K19, but doing it as a
But would
footy
you
player.
do that with the current AFL Evolution gameplay?
I mean, of course
No.
not. But
They need to fix the gameplay before anything else.
I want everything.
Don't you dare add a fucking feature before you fix the game from the steaming pile of shit that it currently is.
I mean, it's still a game.
It's playable, that's all I'll give it.
Yeah.
And it's only playable because it's AFL. If it was a football game compared to FIFA and PES, it wouldn't be playable.
Oh, no, definitely
But
not.
it's footy, so it's our only option.
The good thing is that it's locally made. Like, it would be great if someone like EA would pay a company to make this game. It wouldn't make them much money, but they'd be able to put a bit more money into it.
Yeah,
And people would buy it.
a lot of the big studios that may have done it in the past have closed in Australia. Like
Yeah.
the 2Ks and stuff like that aren't open.
Which is very disappointing.
It is.
There's just so much potential there for it. Like, in 2K19, when you create a My Player, you get them to concentrate on shooting or driving to the basket or scoring in the post, all of those things, or being a defender. You could do the exact same thing.
could.
I know what you're saying,
More
but I want
position.
everything and I want it now.
Oh, I know, so do I. You
So
can start
you-
in the VFL as well. and
You could have a
work your way
lockdown
out.
defender. You could be a goal kicker specialist. You
Tagger.
could be an inside midfielder. You could be an outside mid. There's so many different ways you could make that game. You could be a key forward. You could be all of those things. Obviously, there's so many different things you could do with it. But you could up certain specialties. So you could be like a handball specialist. I mean, all of those things gets me so excited, and it's not even happening.
Mhm.
But I just want it to
It's
be
definitely not
now.
happening.
I want it to be now.
It is
Yeah.
rated G.
Rated G. So
No,
there's no blood.
It's rated E for existence.
Also, you may have heard the guest stars every episode of the podcast being
Mitsukitties?
Mitsukitties, Rob's
On the
family
mic?
of cats that like to hang
Sing
around outside
The
the
song of
studio.
their people? As loud as possible.
So if you hear anything weird, that's definitely what it is.
Definitely.
Or it's Daniel.
Definitely. That made it sound weird. So, continuing on. Now, this one's for you, Rob, because I don't understand this at all. What is Skelcon?
Skelcon is essentially it was like an email and social media update from the Ubisoft team signifying something Ghost Recon is coming on the 9th of May, which is US, so what's that, 10th for us. So something Ghost Recon is coming. You'd assume it's going to be a new game announcement and then they're going to reveal it at E3.
Interesting.
Or it's going to be some fucking DLC for whatever the hell Ghost Recon's currently at. Wildlands?
Yeah, like I know Ghost Recon Wildlands is Ubisoft, but I keep forgetting.
Yeah, I same.
Like Ghost
I
Recon
keep
just
forgetting
is-
it's still going.
Yeah, like Ghost Recon as a game, I forget is owned by Ubisoft, mainly because I don't think they've made like a mainline other than Wildlands, which is
Yeah.
a bit different.
Which is very different to
Almost
the standard.
Division style game.
So it'd be disappointing if it's DLC. I don't think they'd announce DLC like this. They're making it look like it's an announcement.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping it's a throwback to the Advanced Warfare sort of Ghost Recon. The tactical,
Yeah.
serious side of it, which would be very cool.
Bit more Rainbow
on
Six
current
than-
consoles. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we will wait and see.
That would be good. We've got something that has caused a bit of contention amongst us. So Borderlands 3 had their gameplay reveal, which, I mean, it looks like Borderlands 3.
Looks like Borderlands.
Yeah,
It looks
like-
better, sounds better, everything's better, but it's
Still
Borderlands.
cel-shaded. I mean, there's not much you can do with that to make it look better, in my opinion.
If Borderlands, you need to really compare them. Old Borderlands looks like trash compared to new, and they're both cel-shaded.
Yeah.
There's a big difference.
But they had a big thing where they were very much like, there's not going to be any microtransactions, and then there is going to be microtransactions. Now, the microtransactions are only cosmetic, and this is where the contention has come in amongst us, because I think that they can't say no microtransactions and then turn around and say, oh, but we do have some, but they're just cosmetic.
He did say in the sentence that it was not a free-to-play model, so there's no microtransactions.
No,
Sort of
like, I get that.
insinuating that we're talking about pay-to-win transactions, not...
Yeah, and like obviously pay to win is the worst side of it. But yeah, saying that there's no, like in one sentence saying no microtransactions, and then in another saying, oh, but we'll be doing cosmetics, and you will be able to spend money on those. It's just just say it. Like just say we're gonna have microtransactions, but it's cosmetic only.
So I think the best way to break this down is that there's 3 types of nerds when it comes to microtransactions. And we have the 3 of us here represented. So we have Rage Nerd over in the corner, being Mr. Wakely,
True.
who is part of that sphere that you see on Reddit, being like,
No.
microtransactions!
No, I've got nothing against them. I've got nothing against microtransactions.
that's you. That's your people. So
Okay.
you sit over there.
Because
and
I
you-
hate those people.
Yeah,
they
that's-
killed Battlefront too.
They're you. You're
Was
part
dead
of
on
them.
arrival, trust me.
No, it's the best.
And then we have Mr. over here. Microtransactions are fine as long as they're just cosmetics.
Correct.
And then over here,
And I agree with that.
we have
He's trying to jump shit.
micro-
Make him stop.
microtransactions are here to stay. We need to move on with our lives.
No, I agree with that. My problem is with... Because this is a guy basically faced the company saying, we're not doing microtransactions.
And I think
And that-
from more interviews, they told him to say not that exact sentence, but they said go out there and make sure people know there's no
Pay to win.
pay to win. You can't
Yeah.
buy a gun. You can't buy anything like
that's-
that. And the
that's
way it's
fine.
come across in the obviously it was a live conference.
Yeah,
has
everybody was
just
saying...
spiraled out of control. But
Which-
technically, yes, a microtransaction is something on the store available for a micro amount
Yeah.
of money, and there's a transaction that takes place.
And even this conversation, yes, is blowing it a bit out of proportion for what it is. But
That's
I
what the
think,
internet did. The internet beat us to it.
Exactly. I think it's an ethics issue in that if they're going to have microtransactions in there, they just need to say that and be like, look, it's not pay to win, it's just cosmetic. And that's fine. People are okay with that. Like, I'm fairly certain 90% of gamers don't give a shit about cosmetic
No.
microtransactions.
And if it's a game that I like, I'll drop some coin on some extra costumes or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Can't say it's ever.
Man,
No, I
money I've
did-
put into Fortnite. Like,
Spider-Man I did, if that counts.
Mm.
But that was story DLC accompanied with it, so a little bit
Yeah.
different.
I'm just asking you to control your people, Matt.
Fuck.
That's what we need.
Alright, I'll jump on Reddit. I'll tell them to stop.
They're very loud at the moment.
But we're hyped for the game though.
Yeah.
We are, it's a loot shooter.
Not as much. Like, Jared's not here to be more hype for it. There would be a lot more shouting, I feel.
Definitely.
If,
I did a
if
little bit.
Jared was here. Because he is definitely the most hype for it out of the
He
four of
has
us.
played a metric fuck ton of Borderlands.
Mm.
But
That's
we're all
what
gonna
the word
get
on
it.
the street is. We're all
We're
definitely
gonna
getting it.
Yeah, because it's squad based, up to 4 people. Perfect.
And there's lots of guns. A bazillion, I think, is the actual number.
Billion?
No, it's more than a billion. It's a bazillion.
Interesting.
Correct.
I didn't think that was a word.
That's fine.
Your
Yeah.
people wouldn't.
Fuck.
Here we are.
Well, on to the next point that we can all agree on. How awesome does Sonic look?
Fuck.
Yes.
Have you even seen it?
What a
Yes.
train
Yeah,
wreck.
okay.
What a terrifying being of fucking blue.
It's actually kind of funny because it all kind of looks alright until that one bit where he screams and you can see his face in way more detail than you should. Like, the bit where they do the close-ups and he's, like, running and stuff isn't that bad. And the bit where they do, like, the spinny ball thing that he does, that looks quite good.
That looks
very
good.
Sonic. I don't get why the rings are teleport things. Does anyone...
What else do you do with the rings? No, I don't think so. But what do you do with the rings?
You don't have them in there, because it's stupid.
Can't have Sonic without rings. What
Why
are you,
not?
insane?
Like, it doesn't make sense to have them in there.
I think that all that matters is that they heard us yelling, and your people yelled louder than everyone else, Matt, and congratulations to your people. They're going to fully rework it, and that is a heaven send, because of the backlash of that. For them to be listening and to change every element of what they've created and start from scratch, it's the only way to do it.
So we assume it's going to be the exact same movie with new Sonic.
Yeah, they're just redoing Sonic.
So good.
So Ace Ventura is still going to be in it.
Yes, which is also another strange choice.
Interesting. I don't mind him, but he looks stupid until the end of the trailer.
Yeah.
When they reveal him. And if we're going to put up with him looking stupid throughout the whole movie until the end, that's a strange thing to do.
The other thing I wonder is, if Detective Pikachu hadn't been a thing, would we be this critical about Sonic?
Yeah, he looks ridiculous.
But this critical. Like,
He
I feel
looks
like people would be
ridiculous.
disappointed, but not to the point they were, because people saw Detective Pikachu and all the Pokemon in that and were like, this is what it can look like.
From now on, you need to refer to them as my people, not people.
I'll get my people onto you in a moment.
I'm going to have to stay off Reddit, otherwise I'll get some kind of, like, virus to my phone.
Swatted or something.
Even though it's Apple. Oh, God. Actually, no, I didn't tell you that. No one knows that I have Apple. Stop listening, government.
No, correct.
The phone's listening. It's too late.
Shit.
Yeah, look, I won't see Sonic until it's on Netflix or something.
But you'll see Detective Pikachu.
It's out Friday next week or something. I'm fucking keen.
Ryan
So
Reynolds,
exciting.
Pokemon.
It's just, it looks, oh my god, the Blastoise.
Oh,
The Blastoise.
Greninja, obviously. My nephew and I were pretty keen.
Did you see the last trailer, the sad one?
It wasn't a sad
The
one.
fuck, it
Wasn't
was a
the-
sad
wasn't
song
it
and
the-
just showed Pokemon crying for 2 minutes.
Isn't it the Earth Day one?
Pokemon crying for 2 minutes and crying Pokemon? It was the fucking worst.
I just want to be the very best.
Not the sad one.
Like no one ever was.
Pokemon are gonna die. I hope you're ready for that.
Ooh.
Yeah, probably.
This sad trailer is telling me all the things that I don't want to hear.
Speaking of death,
Ooh.
World War Z.
Content coming. They're doing things.
I was a bit worried and skeptical because it's such a small game, but I think it got a really good response. So they're putting in the effort.
Rough launch, but then a couple of patches. We were able to get on pretty much after day one. We had no problems. We fell off it a little bit because we don't have the full squad on,
No.
but we will soon. And we'll probably jump in as soon as Tokyo launches.
Yeah, so there's a current Tokyo mission, and I think they're adding one onto
A
that.
new Tokyo mission.
There's going to be a new zombie, like, I think they call it extreme difficulty.
Lol. We turned it up, I think, too hard, I believe.
Oh, really?
Early on, and we got punished.
Yeah.
If you remember.
They're going to have, like, weekly challenge modes, which I assume that's, like, one episode or one place that'll have certain challenges you have to do. New weapons, and I think new tiers of some of the current weapons.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
'cause
then-
you can level them up.
Just new cosmetics as well.
I like
Which is a lot of content, and it's all free.
it. I'm definitely happy to keep this game in rotation.
Obviously, you have to pay for the cosmetics and
Of
stuff,
course.
but yeah.
Microtransactions, some would say.
But it's a $50-something game. If I spend $10 on it, I'm still cheaper than Anthem.
Correct. Oh, let's not talk about that train wreck.
Well, we'll get to that because there's some news about that of sorts. But this is a good one. You know how I love to eat chips while in party chat,
Yes.
Only always.
and I'm sure. Would you like to describe to the audience of what that's like?
Is
I
I
think
think that I
it's-
can emulate the sound effect with.
I mean, I feel like it's just a joy to hear that.
It's like that.
It's not right. It's not right if you don't have that once per sesh.
Yeah.
You feel kind of naked, and you need the warm hug of a chip packet in your ear.
Chip in your ear. And some Xbox, I don't know, like back-end devs or something, were messing around on Twitter and saying that they were actually working on a fix to cut out food eating noises on party chat. it turns out they were just kidding around, I think. It would be amazing if they actually did it. Next-gen console may have the power,
God, I hope so.
but, you know.
I don't want it. I don't want that to end.
Yeah, it's part of the experience.
Exactly. If I, like, if the party chat could get rid of all of that kind of shit, then it might have taken away the party that Rach and I had the other night that you guys were involved in.
Oh, definitely. That was a great party.
And you would not enjoy that because you wouldn't hear Untouched at volume level 100 on repeat.
There was nothing wrong with that.
The Veronicas are the greatest band to ever come out of Australia.
That's a debate that I don't want to get involved in right now.
We're not a music
There's not
podcast,
enough
so we don't have
time.
to go into that.
Fuck.
Moving on from the Veronicas.
Please don't.
Epic bought Rocket League.
Damn. They
Big
bought
one.
the company, not even Rocket
Yeah,
League.
Psyonix.
They bought the whole thing.
Which is very impressive.
It's still on Steam.
It is still on Steam. There's a lot of people saying it'll be taken off.
You would assume Epic will eventually pull the plug.
I don't know if they would. It's because most people own it through Steam, so why would you?
Yeah, but you can still play non-Steam games on Steam.
No,
Just
no,
don't
I
let
know.
them sell it anymore. So then you
Yeah.
get all the money.
I feel like any
Because Steam
new
are taking
games
a
going
cut.
forward from Psyonix, because they must be working on something else for them to buy it. and-
Rocket League 2?
Yeah.
I doubt it. The way they release content, I think Rocket League's like a
Just
Fortnite sort of thing. It's just...
How many people on PC would already go into Rocket League? It's like one
I
of the biggest
assume
games.
everyone.
Yeah, so like, I feel like they're not in it to make much money off the sales of the game.
Are
It's
you
probably the
confirming
microtransactions.
their new game?
Sure. Why not?
What is it?
Let's speculate. It'll be
Would it be another...
Balloon. What's another name for League? Balloon Company.
That's already a game, I feel.
Nah, it's Balloon Company. So instead of rockets, it's balloons, and instead of a league and goals, it's baskets.
It's hard to chime in on. I don't know what's happening here.
Fuck.
Do you want to speculate some?
I reckon they're working on an arcade racer.
Yeah, they'd be really good for that.
Their graphics are incredible. Their driving mechanics are solid.
So
Put a
what?
track down.
Are Epic just like slowly taking over the world? Is this?
They're trying to
They've
stop
got so
Steam
much-
from taking over the world, so
Okay.
now there's some competition.
They've got so much money from Fortnite that they can afford to do all this.
And they've told Steam they'll stop fucking with everything if Steam match their how much money goes to the publishers
Which
or
is
the
very much not
developers.
true. It's easy
Which-
for them to say
Of
that.
course it is, because they know Steam aren't going to do it. But it makes them look like the good guys for at least one article. Because they are getting a lot of shit online from
Which I still
taking
don't get.
games from Steam and
It's like
releasing
you can
them
still
on Epic.
fucking buy it.
Yeah, but gamers like to be... Your people like to be very precious. And complain about something. You have to complain about something.
I started this, and I know how much it's pissing you off.
It's
Oh.
the best. So once again...
The
Once
Mitsu
again,
Kitties
Neil?
are having a blast. They want to contribute.
True.
We already talked GTA 6, didn't we?
No.
Of
No?
course we didn't.
No, GTA 6 confirmed. Next gen only.
Well, it's already
Confirmed.
been confirmed.
Next gen only. San Andreas, Liberty City, and Vice City.
So was it San Andreas? Because you were saying before it was Vice City and Liberty City.
They said everything. Bits from everything. Whether they be flashbacks or...
It would be cool if it wasn't San Andreas.
What he actually said in the article was Vice City and Liberty City. But San Andreas would feature.
It would be cool if it was one of the other cities in that. Like the San Francisco one or the Las Vegas one.
Yeah.
Because they were always cool and they always kind of get, I feel like, not talked about as much as
Yeah, correct.
Los Santos.
But there'll be
That's
two
it.
giant cities, a giant highway linking them with stuff in between, like hick country towns, stuff like that.
Typical
Start off
GTA.
as a small-time drug dealer, typical GTA again.
Mm.
No mention of multiple characters. I doubt they'd do that again.
And these are leaks from someone who leaked GTA 5 stuff, and it was quite accurate.
Almost
Yeah.
perfect.
So this could be...
Could be legit. Very strange that we've had a console generation with no Grand Theft Auto released. No
Kind of,
new
yeah.
GTA released.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
It
to
just...
me to think
Rockstar's
about.
development
And I'd say
time is
Rockstar has been working on it since
5,
5.
for sure.
So they've been working on it on current gen, worked out it's not going to run on current gen,
Yeah.
and here we are.
All the live team for Red Dead 2 would now be on GTA 6.
100%.
For sure. They're probably in there, like...
And it will still launch a train wreck online.
Oh, definitely.
Confirmed, you heard it here first.
But that's exciting. I'm very keen for that.
No chance we're going to see this at E3, is there?
Oh no, but the hype, I mean, is always going to be.
I reckon there's a good
GTA.
chance Sony has thrown money and will have when they launch the reveal of the PS5, GTA will feature.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised.
Even if it's just the drop of a logo, the internet
Yeah.
would fucking explode.
I think GTA 6 would be a console exclusive for PlayStation 5, simply for the fact that PlayStation 5's coming first.
No chance.
You don't reckon?
It'll be console exclusive as in you can't get it on Xbox.
No, that's what I mean.
Okay.
Like so they'll just be out first, and so it will be out.
I don't think we are going to
first.
live in a lifetime where GTA is a launch title. I hope I'm wrong, but
Yeah,
I feel like
it would be
just
amazing if
won't
it
happen.
was.
It
'Cause
fucking
I'm
would
going to
be
get
incredible.
the PS5, so it doesn't really matter.
It would be incredible, but it seems too good to be true.
Yeah, we'll have ruckus.
Always.
Lots of ruckus. It would be cool if they did co-op campaign for that. Actually, I doubt they're going to do it because they're big single player games. But like GTA Online's great, but everybody complains about the fact that the story stuff in online of GTA and Red Dead just aren't.
Because
as
the
good.
missions are so mindless, it seems.
Whereas if you could do the story co-op, that would be kind of cool.
They could just add some actual story to online. That'd do. I wouldn't complain.
Speaking of online, segue, xCloud is progressing into its test phase, which I think they're opening it up to beta testers, which will probably be in like America.
America, only where the internet is the best to
but
test.
The xCloud dev team has now got take-home things for xCloud, so they've got, like Phil Spencer has his own server for it. I'm guessing they've now all got their own service for it, so they're putting a bit more of the...
So it's in the wild. It's happening.
Which, it could be next gen could start streaming it.
How much of this shit are we going to hear about at E3?
Oh, so much.
So are they going to talk just about this, or are we going to hear about a new console from Xbox? Because they are throwing a lot into this cloud-based stuff, and unfortunately in Australia, it just doesn't mean much to me.
No.
Because I don't think it's possible.
No.
For people out there who aren't part of your people,
Fuck.
who is Phil Spencer?
Xbox guy. You probably can answer this better.
The head of Xbox.
What is?
He's like the
big boss.
manager of Xbox.
At
Like,
E3,
at
he's the guy
Microsoft.
that comes out wearing a cool t-shirt and announces all the things.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I'm asleep for that,
that's true.
so I wouldn't know who Phil Spencer is.
He is the Xbox guy.
Okay.
When it's
So-
not E3, he doesn't do much that we would notice.
Does he present well? Is he a good
Yeah.
gentleman?
He does. He's a lot of fun.
I just wanted to
Not
know.
Reggie fun.
No,
rest
no
in
one
peace.
will ever be Reggie. Fan.
But
Well, settle
he's
down.
alright.
Let's not make that joke. All right.
He's gone, man. It doesn't matter. Until he shows up at Google.
You just show up at the Nintendo Direct for E3, being like, "Ah, jokes."
PlayStation, when PS5's announced.
Four.
With Reggie. Fuck.
But that'll be interesting and shit for Australia, no doubt.
Oh, we're great here. We know how to internet.
Yeah, we're pirates.
Not at all. I'm so frustrated with my internet. All I want to do is play games online and just be really good at them.
Get your Michael Jordan card.
Yeah, obviously. But it's not even that. It's all the other games that I play. Every single time I die, it's because of lag.
Debatable.
It's true. I've seen it.
Well, that's the whole thing, isn't it? If I didn't have any lag to
Then what?
be annoyed at, I'd be perfect. And I would never
I mean,
die.
you're on NBN and I'm on ADSL, and I don't get lag sometimes when you say you're getting lag. So I don't know.
But that's what I'm saying. If it was all perfect, I'd never die. Isn't that correct? Because it's got nothing to do with my skill and everything to do with my internet connection.
Correct.
That's what we can't test. Conveniently.
Confirmed.
Conveniently can't
Confirmed.
test.
There is a lot of yelling by myself at the fact that I'm lagging. But
Yeah.
every now and then, I'm not kidding. Every now and
No,
then, but it's
I
probably
believe you.
It's probably
Rare.
1 in 3.
Speaking of things that are lagging, oh, how good are the segues today? The Halo Master Chief Collection for PC missed the deadline. It was meant to be, I think it was meant to be out by April, or at least done by April. So that's been delayed. They haven't really said till when, but that's a pretty big deal because people were very excited for that.
This is a PSA. Do not play on PC. Anything. PC is shit. Platform for gaming. No one should play.
What is this?
Halo Master Chief
So
Collection.
all the Halos except for that one,
ODST, which is coming to it.
which is coming anyway, in one
for 5,
beautiful updated graphics package.
Yeah. So up to 4K, everything's remastered and stuff. People have been talking about wanting it on PC for ages, and it's just...
They announced it not that long ago, and now it's missed the
And they were like,
release.
it's going to be out in April, and then...
Which is quite strange. You think they'd be more than across a PC... Not even a port, it would have been on PC.
MCC has had problems for ages.
It runs good on the Xbox.
Yeah, but remember they had the 4K update, and that took like 3 years.
True.
So, it could be a similar case again. But we'll wait and find out.
Take that, Master Race.
Peasants. Borderlands 3 gameplay, we kind of talked about a bit.
Trailer's good. The gameplay's good. Borderlands 3 will be good, but it's nothing revolutionary. Like, we didn't see anything we didn't expect to see.
Yeah.
Put it that way. But I'm still moderately excited for it, because we like to do shit online.
And in Anthem update,
Oh.
good old Anthem, still kicking around in the butthole of the internet.
Yay!
I really thought while we had our heads turned away from Anthem, stuff would be happening.
Yeah.
And every now and then I check that subreddit, and boy,
It's just complaining.
they're getting not even salty, just angry and disappointed.
Somebody did see a post that was just like, can we just like accept that it's dead?
I
we
saw
just,
a
like,
guy
be done with this?
the other day on Reddit he managed to get a refund from Amazon for false advertising.
Fair.
So he's called out BioWare on false advertising for Anthem and got a refund. However many months after the release.
Yeah.
Well, Matt would know that guy because it's one of those people.
It could have been him, I don't know.
Oh no! For some reason I still have my copy. I think I need to trade it in.
I'll keep it because I'm praying for a No Man's Sky miracle.
No, Sea of Thieves is doing the No Man's Sky, but Anthem is not.
There is definitely potential there for a game.
Get absolutely fucked.
But the leads, as the two project leads, I think, like the two main people for it. Not like there's a guy Ben Irving who's an Australian guy. He's still working on Anthem.
He's the main one.
There's two guys that have been taken off that and put onto Dragon Age 4. People believe because it's a similar thing that happened with Anthem. So people went from what came out before Anthem? That was BioWare.
Titanfall. Didn't they take people from Titanfall?
No, I think it was Inquisition. So people finished Inquisition, and then they went to Anthem, because Anthem was fucked.
No, it would have been
all from that Kotaku
Mass
article.
Effect, right?
Oh, that's it, Andromeda.
Mass Effect,
They came from Andromeda to Anthem.
Which released a train wreck and never recovered, so
Yeah.
people are thinking Anthem is on the same path.
Now they've gone from Anthem to Dragon Age 4.
Do we think this is an EA thing?
It just seems like
feel
the
like
studio seems a bit mismanaged, because
EA
it
quick to
does
pull the
tie
trigger
back-
on shit like this.
Tie back to that article where they were saying they were forced to work with Frostbite, and they were like, we don't want to work with Frostbite.
Yeah.
It seems, very silly.
I doubt EA are fun to play with.
I can think of 4 things that I would prefer to spend $69 on. 3 of them are illegal,
What are they?
and we'll leave it at that.
Well, because you're not buying them. You'd prefer to buy them, but what are they?
Then Anthem.
Yeah.
Just use your imagination.
Did you not enjoy your time with Anthem when we were on?
But it's not worth the money.
Yeah. Looking back on it, it's like the story seemed really loose and stupid. The gameplay was fun, but it seemed pointless. Unlike Division 2, where it's like, I want to up my gear score. It's like, in Anthem, it was like, I want to up my gear score, but why?
There's still
What's
no
the
stat
point?
screens in Anthem. That's bamboozling. I can't
Yeah.
even fathom that in a loot shooter to have no stats.
It is, yeah.
Oh my god.
And so much is just, like, you just can't do so much that you should be able to do in a basic, even just a shooter, not even a loot shooter. There's just so much you should be able to
I'm
do.
holding onto my copy, and there's a candlelit vigil next to the case, and I'm praying.
And as always, actually not as always, but for this episode, there is no new Age of Empires news.
I thought we were on the verge of news last time.
We were. I haven't honestly really kept up.
That's
So it
because
could
there's
be.
nothing and no one cares. So even if there was something, no one reports it.
Hey. I was talking to our graphic designer, and he is keen for Age of Empires 4.
One of his people.
You're just not doing yourself any favors here, mate. You're this angry guy on Reddit spamming people about Age of Empires. Why doesn't he exist?
In every subreddit, not
In
even
every-
related
yeah.
to Age of Empires.
Yeah, if you go through my subreddit, that's what it is.
Where's my Age of Empires 4?
He's on my wrestling ones, crying about Age of Empires.
You're like Homer and Bart's like, hey Dad, has Age of Empires released yet? And then he gets really angry and rushes the stage.
I don't. Which episode's that?
There's the one. Remember when they have the massive Kit Kats that they're gonna? They're at the
they
movies.
fight.
They're at the movies.
Yeah.
And everyone they break the massive Kit Kats. They're their
Stop
weapons.
the madness. Start the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
you. You're Homer. I think you take your shirt off because you're really angry that there's no Age of Empires.
Yeah.
And you storm the stage. So.
Oh, actually, that just makes me think. For some reason, this made me think of Gamescom. Blizzard isn't attending Gamescom this year, which is pretty big.
Oh, whoa.
Because when I went last year, they have a huge presence there. Like,
Not on the run sheet?
no,
Interesting.
it's not, 'cause
Interesting.
I forgot about it.
Interesting.
They take up a large portion of one of the halls there, the public halls.
What
People
does this mean?
believe that they're not attending because they don't really have anything to announce.
True.
Because even last time they went, they weren't really.
That's never stopped
like-
the game company before.
Yeah. Battle for Azeroth, I think, had just come out.
So they do their own thing?
They do BlizzCon.
They do BlizzCon.
Which didn't go so well for them last time.
No, that was the... how's that game
Diablo
going?
Immortal.
The Diablo mobile game.
Yeah, well, it's not, I don't think, at the moment. I don't think there's any testing or anything.
Oh, damn.
But that's just one more thing that I remembered, which it'll be interesting to see if they have something bigger to announce at Gamescom. Hopefully Diablo.
God, I hope other companies don't start pulling out of Gamescom. We don't see another E3.
No, I don't think it is. Gamescom seemed pretty big.
Can we touch on briefly Square Enix snapping up
Oh,
Sony's
yes.
press conference spot?
Which
So
hopefully-
Sony have, some people say, prime time on the schedule, which is the night essentially before the E3 opens officially to
Yeah.
the public and the press. And that slot was empty because Sony obviously aren't attending. And Square Enix has taken that slot,
Yeah.
which all but confirms here on Pro Players Heard It First, the Avengers game will be revealed.
You would hope they do something big. if
Will
they're gonna-
be revealed at E3.
Really?
100% confirmed.
Ooh, that sounds exciting.
100%. If you take that slot and for the second year in a row don't show Avengers, just fuck off.
Like, what
and
else do
die.
they do? They're going to talk about Final Fantasy
They're going to
15
talk about
more?
another Just
Is that
Cause
Square Enix?
because fuck us. Another Tomb Raider because fuck us again for
Mhm.
watching their stupid press conference. Remember last year everyone fell asleep?
I definitely was asleep for the whole
Holy
thing.
shit.
I would have already been asleep.
Yeah.
So they talked about Tomb Raider, which everyone already knew about, and they had the downfall of all their games had already been shown at other conferences.
Yeah.
So we got to see different levels of Just Cause and Tomb Raider,
Yeah.
which I already don't care about.
Yeah. Yeah. They're not
And
ones that I'm waiting for.
no. And Kingdom Hearts. They did Kingdom Hearts too.
Oh, so much Kingdom
Fuck, do you
Hearts.
want a little bit more Kingdom Hearts?
Maybe they'll talk Kingdom Hearts DLC.
For fuck. But that's not.
And then that'll be at every other press conference
Yeah.
as well with
So
300
prime
trailers.
time, at the end or the start of their conference, they will announce Avengers.
Yeah.
So just lock it in your calendars because I'm confirming it.
It would be the year to do it with the...
Well, it's that. If it's not this year, you've missed current gen, haven't
Yeah.
you? Has to come out this year.
Yeah.
Has to.
That is the end of the news, and now it's time...
For reviews.
No, not quite.
Oh.
I'm not there yet. It's time for Daniel to shine. Because
Oh.
we're rantsing in your pantsing.
Ah! I've got
And
a
this-
rant
well-
in my pant.
Is this going to be... Are we doing the topic? 'Cause
Yeah.
we were going to talk... Are we talking about driving?
Yeah, we're talking about driving.
Video game driving.
Yeah, we're going to go off on a rant, off
Okay.
on a tangent.
Yeah.
All of our favourite things. Take it off the run sheet.
Like you should.
Have a bit of fun. No, that's you
Yeah.
with your people. You're like, it's like old school. You're like, we're streaking. That's you with all your people.
Video game driving.
Exactly. Rant.
Yeah.
Rant back on.
Okay.
Got to keep me
We're gonna
organised.
keep you
Alright.
focused.
Go on
This
the
is
roll.
actually my topic that I wanted to rant on about, but I'll obviously take control of it and
Yeah,
talk
and
a lot
redirect.
and be annoyed. Sorry, not annoyed, annoying. But no, I'll probably get annoyed. But the idea of this is that that we're going to have a bit of discussion on the best games with their in-game driving.
And the worst?
Yeah.
Definitely the worst.
That's
Excellent.
definitely the ranting. And we'll do
Excellent.
this different, just, we talked about this a bit last week, or last episode. We'll be doing a rant like every episode.
So
it's
it's
going to
a
be about something
segment.
different.
It's a segment, right?
It's not a segment, though.
So it's a segment.
rant. Because we don't do segments, we rant.
Just to confirm, it's definitely a segment.
And it's called I've Got Rants in My Pants.
Yeah.
Kick it
So-
off, Daniel.
Right.
If
I'm
we're
curious.
if we're throwing out, I'm gonna go with obscure, mainstream, and then maybe like kind of indie-ish, but I'm talking like super obscure.
Okay.
Like, and I've brought this up with you guys already multiple times. Mafia 2. That game...
It's not that obscure.
Yeah, it's a pretty mainstream game.
But it wasn't... But it didn't really get... Like,
No.
Oh, it didn't, of course.
Yeah,
not,
it
but
didn't get hit at all.
I was waiting
And-
for something real fucking obscure.
Yeah, I
then.
was like, what is he going to talk about?
But no one talks about that game ever. And I don't think anyone would ever bring that up. The driving in that game was exquisite. You had to keep to the speed limit all the time. And then you had to go steal a car and then go and do a massive race in like a really, really nice car.
You were in the mafia and you had to keep to the speed limit.
Yeah.
Because you don't want the cops chasing.
You didn't want the cops chasing you. So you actually had like...
You don't want to give them an excuse to arrest you. Because that's how they get the whole mob.
It was quite early on, so it
I've seen
had
Batman.
the speed limiter. And I feel like a lot of games up until then didn't have speed limiters.
And a lot of games.
So wait, it limited you to like to the speed limit.
If you wanted to,
Oh,
you could put
that's
that
kinda
on,
cool.
and
That's
you
handy.
you could stay at 40k, or well, actually, I think it was 40 miles per hour or something. Or in the city, you got to stay quite low. So it'd do an auto speed limiter, or you could take that off and then go nuts if you wanted
Like
to.
a shirt.
But for most quests, you would have to have the speed limiter on. So you're always doing the speed limit. You're adhering to the road rules all the time. But yeah, you'd go and steal like a proper racing car, and then the races. I mean, in that game, we're talking about a game that just, it did well, but it wasn't heavily played. And Mafia 2, the racing in that game, it was
I think
amazing.
it's like Mafia 2 is like well acclaimed, but it's not one where people are like instant classic.
No.
Like a lot of people talk about it being a really good game, but yeah, it's not on top 10
Not on
lists,
any
sort of
list.
thing.
Yeah.
And I don't think anyone would go into it and say, God, I enjoyed my driving experience in that game. And that's why I'm going for obscurity there. If I'm talking about complete mainstream, obviously GTA, and we won't even discuss that. So
Which one though? Because there is a big difference. I would say the three biggest difference in driving. I didn't play Vice City that much, but San Andreas, huge change to GTA 4, and then even then to GTA 5.
I fucking hated GTA 4 driving.
Had super realistic kind of braking.
Yeah.
GTA 5, not so much.
I think you got to go with GTA 5 because that's probably your best driving experience. It's the most rounded.
All round, yeah.
And it's just, it's to die for. The race, everything.
Yeah.
We won't spend a lot of time on that because that's just mainstream.
No,
Everyone
I was
knows
just
everything.
curious about you.
Definitely. But then, and you guys might disagree with me, but I think that I've also brought this one up with you guys as well. But I will call it, it's not really an indie game, and it's not at all. I was wrong by saying that, but it doesn't matter. Simpsons Hit and Run.
Oh, see, I was thinking of that as like
What a
not very
fucking
good.
game.
Not very good
Like it is and it isn't.
for the driving.
For the
Everyone loved that game.
No, I love the game. Don't get me wrong, I love the game.
But you didn't.
But there was just some points where like you had to get to a certain spot at a certain time, and it was fucking impossible.
Was that the driving's fault, or there was a lot of shit getting in the way?
Like a bit of both, but the driving wasn't
I
that
suppose it's
controllable.
technically still the driving.
It's just such an old game that the driving wasn't. Yeah, it was limited by its time.
The driving was very good in that game. I felt like they did I've only played very limited. Of
I haven't
that game.
played it nearly like soon enough. Like, I haven't played it for so long.
But I think
It's hard.
we've got to take where that was in its time
Definitely.
and go, holy crap, they did a really good
The amount
job.
of cars and stuff they had in that was
Yeah.
really cool. Like,
Very
I love
impressive.
that game. It's such a good Simpsons game.
Definitely.
The best
not-
Simpsons game?
Yeah, definitely.
By far.
Yeah. So those are just three small takes on having a bit of a rant around driving. Now, you wanted to do something really fucking stupid, and I'm fine with it. So we'll do it. Which is say that, do you put riding into a fucking driving segment?
No,
Have bit
because
of
it's a
rant?
form of riding. It's a
Look,
form of driving. Like,
you-
so in a game like Twilight Princess or Red Dead Redemption,
Are you talking about horses or bikes?
You're
horse
talking about
riding,
horses.
horse riding is
It's
like
about
driving.
horses.
No.
No,
No.
it is.
No.
It's
No, I thought bikes, obviously, yes.
no, because okay,
I was
look
on
at,
your side until you
look
started.
at the difference from like Ocarina of Time to Twilight Princess, and it's amazing.
You're insane.
It is, but it's not driving.
But no,
you
would
belong
you say,
with your people.
Would you say that Red Dead Redemption 2 riding around on the horse is more enjoyable than driving around in like GTA 5?
Possibly, but it's not the same thing.
Exactly.
But it is. It's a transport method.
Also, flying around in Anthem is better than driving, but it's not.
Nah, it's
you can't
not.
compare the
It's
two.
really not.
Flying in Anthem.
I like flying in Anthem for 2 seconds and then having to land.
And then
Well,
overheat.
it's not fast enough as well. It needs to be faster.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's.
Well, no, but I think that also, like driving.
We're not talking
broad
about
term-
modes of transporting games. We're talking about driving
but I kind of am.
in game. Yeah, you are. We're
Something
not.
using a vehicle.
This is what happens when you take over the rant segment. You ruin it somehow. No, in all honesty, I'll allow it to a mild degree. We'll have a sub rant, and I would discuss. Holy shit! Roach in The Witcher 3 was a fucking clusterfuck.
Yeah.
I almost
I hate
hated
Roach so
every
much. Yeah.
second of every moment on Roach
Yep.
in The Witcher 3, and I love that game almost more than anything. But, I mean, they did such a great job with that game,
Yeah.
and then Roach was just...
Imagine
I mean-
if that had the horse handling of Red Dead.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh,
And there's obviously...
Oh.
You've obviously got issues with Red Dead, right? Where we just watched a video before where you're like, oh, what the hell is my horse doing?
Yeah.
But it's kind of almost fun.
It is fun.
With The
And the
Witcher...
physics make sense.
Yeah, with The Witcher, it was really annoying, and you would be getting stuck on nothing,
Yeah.
and all of these things would happen with Roach. That pissed me off.
I actually have to say it's Witcher 3 and Roach is very similar to in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. You have a horse for whenever you're on the land, and it's actually very similar. They've done it the same sort of way, and the horses, like when you're on the horse riding somewhere, you can just kind of get stopped by something. Like it'll be a tiny little rock, and then all of a sudden your horse is like, "Nah, can't do it."
Done.
And you're like, "Wait, what?" I'm going like full pelt, and then just nothing.
All right, I'll throw over to you guys now because Rob hasn't had much to say on the topic.
Needs to interrupt more.
No,
This is a rant.
so far as I've agreed with everything he said.
that's fine. But
No.
have you had any thoughts, or have we hit you on the spot a little bit too much? Because that's fine if you have. Stop me talking. But have you got any other ones that you want to put in there? Because those are just some ones, and you can say your ones, and I'll disagree with you.
I don't have any in particular, but I'm curious about specific racing games. So where the game is all about driving.
I got one for racing.
Is it Forza?
And people probably haven't played it. Nah, Wreckfest.
Oh yeah, nah, you're wrong.
Wreckfest. Incredible handling.
Yeah.
I've never felt a car handle so much like it should handle.
Okay.
You
And-
don't drive.
You were playing it.
You do.
You don't drive.
No, but I mean, you think this is how a car should handle in a
Yeah.
game. Wreckfest, nail on the head.
Yeah.
Big muscle cars, like crazy damage model, everything like that. Wreckfest handles like a fucking dream.
Okay.
And
That's
I'm
a
happy
nice
to whip it out later if you guys want a trial.
Penis. Am I the only one that doesn't like NOS? Am I unique?
I'm not a huge fan, but if the game's got it, I'll use it.
Of course you will, but
Yeah.
as a thing, I just don't think that it should be a thing.
I only
It's the
like
Fast
it
and
in
the Furious.
arcade games, like Burnout, the boost.
So like,
It's
Yeah.
not really NOS, but that's more of a boost. But when you're talking NOS, no, I don't like it either.
yeah, like Need for Speed games
I don't like
with
it at all.
with NOS, and when they were having all of it about when you use your NOS and all
Yeah.
of this shit, it was just like, oh, but I'm just trying to drive.
Correct.
Yeah.
Like,
I agree.
come on.
It's definitely like a symptom of the Fast and Furious movies.
Yeah.
It's just like, no, you gotta have your NOS and you gotta know when to
Those
use
pesky
it.
mushrooms in Mario Kart.
Well,
Sure.
that's the thing.
When
There
you
is
drop
Mario,
'em.
and so
Mhm.
exactly, I
But
can't.
that's slightly different.
It is slightly different, but I can't sit here and be completely critical of it. I just feel like a lot of driving games just ended up with NOS, and then I was kind of like, but did that need to be?
Now
in
it's
there?
the default sort of.
Yeah,
It's in
it's
all
it's
of them,
even
no matter
like
what.
in The Crew 2, which you've got planes, boats,
or with
and,
NOS.
and cars, and they've all got NOS. And it's just kind of like, how does a boat use NOS? Like, I'm not a sail person.
Planes shouldn't have NOS either for safety
Yeah.
reasons.
Like,
I think you're picking up what I'm putting down.
Yeah.
So
No, I agree. That's a good statement. No one really
Like-
talks about it ever. It's just
No.
accepted.
like drag
Yeah.
racing kind of makes sense if you want to go for that.
Drag racing, I'd allow it in
But,
Need for Speed.
yeah, like every other type of
because
racing.
that's where there's strategy. Because you're generally going in a straight line, so you want more strategy.
Yeah, and like off-road stuff doesn't really make sense.
no.
No, but it'll
Yeah.
definitely be in there.
Yeah,
Let me tell you,
Um,
That's a good
Mudrunner's
point.
probably got it.
Mudrunner does not. But actually,
Fuck.
do we want to talk about good driving?
Well, the
Realistic.
winching aspect of that, I mean, for 5 seconds is cool. I mean, I can't watch that. I can't watch that game, but I mean,
We're gonna have a Let's Pro play. You know who's gonna be playing Mudrunner?
well,
Rob.
I'd rather die.
You have to do it. If I'm playing Resi 7 and Daniel's playing Sea of Thieves,
There's a game coming out that looks like Mud Runner handling, but it's a racing game. Like Mud Runner, but exciting.
gross.
No idea what it's called. That's how memorable it was.
Sounds boring.
But listen here.
Too excitement.
So rant almost over. We're getting closer.
Yeah.
For my own sanity, because of how much I played it and loved it, Trackmania I've just got to throw in there as well. So that, but that was all just about...
That's arcadey.
Yeah, and that was just about getting the perfect run, and just a bit of OCD coming in there. If you like OCD, you're going to...
That's another game that handles like you think it should handle. Like what you do, everything happens like you think. You still fuck up a lot because you're trying to cut corners like a madman.
Yes.
But everything handles exactly how you think it should handle.
Yeah, so it had boosts, it had all of those things, but you had to manipulate them from time to time. And then I'm talking about original, not on the consoles that I've now played, but the original one, you could also try and flip yourself around special ways to try to cut corners.
The original one was actually an arcade machine.
Yeah.
It?
No, so the one that I originally was playing on PC it was just, what is it,
WASD.
Yeah, WASD.
Yeah.
And that's, but it was pretty chill. You'd sit there and you literally just WASD. So you're basically just one-handing. Okay. So you do have another hand free for other activities. and you're WASDing, and it's, in all honesty... It's quite relaxing to do that.
I bet it was.
And deal with your OCD. Because then when you
finish,
get the run off...
When you finish?
When you get it done, when you finish... It's really satisfying.
I bet it is. No. Oh, that's a good spot to end the rant on, I think.
That is, I think we'll leave that for now. That's a bit of a driving related rant. We're going to think of a few more.
Do you have any ideas for what you want to rant off about next week?
At the moment, I'm not sure at all. But I think...
well, that's anticlimactic.
Yeah, I know. But look, at any stage, a rant can come on and
something will pick up.
We'll think about it. But it's going to be easy to find a topic. But look, in all honesty, if anyone has any submissions that they'd like to put forward, feel free to hit us up.
We've missed something.
And if you want to have discussions about things you want to put forward, I'll have a fight with you about it.
Rant at us on Instagram and Facebook.
But if you want to hit up and you want to see a segment where you just give us a relatively broad games topic and we take it and we run with it, we'll have a good chat about it and bring up all old games, new games, all of the ones, and have a rant.
Very much. Good rant.
Solid.
Reviews. You know what we start with? It's Daniel's favourite game.
What a game.
Sea of Thieves Anniversary Update. Ugh. So good.
Is it now called Anniversary Update? Well, that's what it says when you turn the game on.
Yeah, it's the name of the current thing.
It's a stupid name.
Because they name each of their updates. And then they go back to Sea of Thieves after a while. But it's great. This update is like No Man's... Like I said before, at the start of the episode, it's No Man's Skying it. You got a base game, which is pretty bare bones, and they just keep adding and adding and adding stuff. And I would say if you bought the game now... Maybe still not quite worth the full dollar amount.
Almost at the point where we wanted it when we first started playing, when it first launched.
Because I really liked it and I loved the idea, but
the mindless going to a place, digging up the treasure, returning it got a little bit stale.
Yeah, I don't know how people managed to do that for all of the...
A little bit stale?
Look, listen here.
Let me tell you about the water, Daniel.
The water? Oh...
This game is complete shit, and nothing will ever bring it back.
Quiet now. The pirates are talking.
True.
The new story mission, the one we did last night with some Indiana Jones temple stuff.
Yeah.
There was a puzzle. Cool. There was fire.
You got to follow maps, and then you got to follow, rather than them just giving you a map and you figuring out which island you got to go to, they say, so this certain one, you find a journal. The journal tells you to go to an uncharted island, so you have to find that, which is, it's between two spots, so you have to kind of sail around the area and find that. You find some more pages from the journal, it gives you another location, then it's we went east, and then we went north, and we went west, or whatever, so you have to find the next thing, and then, then you do all the puzzle solving stuff, and we're on to the next one, which I'm really keen after that.
All the while I'm fishing off the boat, catching fish the entire time.
And cooking.
What a pleasure that catching fish and cooking them is. Oh my goodness.
While in
If
the
you leave them
storm
on for
and-
too long, they burn. Let me tell you, that's just...
Let me tell you what's really fun. While Rob's fishing, I'm piloting the ship through a storm, and I'm like, Rob, we just got struck by lightning. You have to fix that hole in the ship. And he's like, no. I've got a fish on the line.
Or when there was a megalodon
Oh,
swimming
yeah.
next to us. You're like, can you help? And I'm like, nah, got a fish on the line.
Oh, just
Busy.
harpoon onto it.
Yeah.
No, get it away.
What a game, Daniel.
It is little things like that.
The
that
only
make it
thing
good.
I would love them to add is exploration. Like a point to exploration.
Yeah.
So I can fire it up at any time and go for an explore and it achieves something.
gives you
which
like
currently
money
there's-
for exploration.
Yeah, there's not much.
I'm curious because the Tall Tales thing is meant to open up a new zone, I think, which is currently blocked off.
Okay.
So I think it'll just open up the chart and like you'll be able to go there. But I'm curious as to what's in that new area.
It's all not enough. I played the game for 5 hours. I was
Your
bored after
mistake
1 hour.
was buying it.
But of course, that's always going to be correct. But at the moment, whether I was only paying Games Pass subscription for it or not, it's still there's
Like,
not enough to it.
You wouldn't play it, but if you had Game Pass and we were like, we're gonna jump on and check out this new update, would you jump on and check it out?
And drink
Because you already had Game Pass.
So I laughed. I had fun and I laughed for 2.5 minutes after drinking rum and then vomiting on the ship. That was all there was in the game. There is nothing.
But there is more now.
It's not enough. You've just told me. I listened to your entire sesh last night, and I was like, all you're doing is fishing and then eating the fish, and you're somehow trying to think
So
that's
good.
entertaining.
It was very
You
good.
have no idea. There's different fish. Oh my goodness.
Oh,
They also
wow!
added,
You're blowing me away.
they also
Shit.
added a PvP mode, which so instead of launching into the game, you only go into the full game. Now you have the option to do what they call adventure mode, which is sort of the main game, and then the arena, which is its own area. I think it's 4 teams. You're all on galleons, though. I jumped in to try it, and it was like, we're finding you a crew. I got into the game, and it was just me on a galleon, which, for people who haven't played Sea of Thieves, you need 4 people
You need
to
at
run a
least
galleon.
3.
So I just lit up all the sails, raised the anchor, and ran into people, and sunk my ship. That was not enjoyable.
Remember when we ran into another team last night and you distracted them by talking to them and dancing with them?
True.
And I snuck onto their ship, stole their treasure and sold it.
It was very fun.
That is a pro play, ladies and gentlemen, right there.
It is, and I appreciate pro plays. We need to move on from Sea of Thieves before I throw the mic.
Okay. Well,
I'm kidding. I wouldn't do that, but
onto one that's
I feel
more
like he
exciting
would.
for everyone. Imperator Rome.
Oh, well done, Daniel. Now look what you've done.
This is exciting for everyone.
woo!
This is the new grand strategy game from Paradox Interactive. It's based during the time of just after the collapse of Alexander the Great's empire, and it goes through the rise of Rome, basically. It's pretty cool. I really like it. I'm really bad at these games, but I love them because they're just these big scale kind of war games, political games. They've done one set in World War II, one set in kind of like the colonial era of like the 1800s.
So this isn't like the battle side of it. This is more the political side of...
It's a bit of both. So instead of like Total War where you build up an army and then that army goes to battle and you
like
control the army,
Yeah.
it's they go to war and you see like stats. So they just fight each other.
Boy, does that sound exciting.
No, I'm actually going to side with Whackers and his people here. I love that.
No.
Really?
No.
I've
curious.
enjoyed these games immensely in my past. I got it from my brother. He's obsessed with the Civ games.
Can we phone Jared in? Phone a friend?
It is very different to Civ in that it's a lot slower. So, for example...
That's not good.
No, they're very slow games, which is where the grand strategy comes into it.
Slower than Civ.
Yeah, that's not
shit.
good.
Like, you could be sitting there waiting for... You can fast forward time a lot, but even then some things can take a while. Right. So, where the politics comes into it, you can't just, like, invade the country next door to you. You have to, without gaining, like, a negative debuff kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which they call in this aggressive expansion. So to get less of that, you have to build up a case to like fabricate a claim on that land, which takes time and costs like a resource. And then once you've got that, then you invade them, you take the land, and then you do like a peace process and you gain that land. That's basically how it works for the whole game. Paradox is pretty notorious for releasing a lot of their games. I think the only one they didn't do this with was City Skylines. They released their games really bare bones, and then a lot of the content comes in like paid DLC. So you have to like...
Cheeky?
Yeah. A lot of people don't like it. It's getting a lot of bad. It's actually mostly negative reviews on Steam at the moment.
They sound like fuckwits if you ask me.
Well, but the thing is, for me, I don't understand the games enough, and I'm not good at them enough to...
Add more to it.
Yeah, like to me, this is the perfect level of complicated.
Okay.
I'm not good enough to even get that far in it as it is,
Jesus.
but it's enjoyable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are we talking... Is it mission-based? Or is it...
No, it's you...
The life... So we're talking endless hours.
Yeah, pretty much. You could conquer... So the map goes from, I think, India. It's got northern Africa, so like Egypt and sort of the north of the Sahara area. What would it be? Sort of western Russia. It goes all the way over to like England. So that area, they've got lots of little regions in it. And you can basically make your own goal for the game. So it's like...
That's cool. I like that.
If you're Rome... They give you a few goals to sort of aim for. So if you play as, like, Egypt, for example, which used to be part of Alexander's empire, one of your goals is to reunite Alexander's empire, but as Egypt. And so you have to take all... It'll give you, like, take all these regions, and then you can name your empire that.
Okay.
So you kind of just make your own goals for a certain game.
Wait, with your own name?
I think you can do that if you, like, edit game files and stuff. I have no idea. That's the thing. I'm not that complicated.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
My people town is what you'd call it. Anyway,
That's good.
Very interesting. We'll move on before everyone falls asleep on the podcast.
Too late. Too late.
There is more exciting stuff coming. Should have said that before. Wargroove, which once again is a me one.
Sell me on Wargroove, because I am interested.
Okay, so you haven't played Advance Wars, which makes this difficult.
I am very well aware of it, because everyone fucking raved about it on, what was that, DS?
Yeah.
Everyone's like, you have to play
Actually, it was like
Advance
Game Boy Advance.
Yeah,
That's why it was Advance Wars.
Yeah.
Strategy game, very rock, paper, scissors combat. So, like, it's medieval based with a bit of magic, but, like...
And it's cute.
Yeah, cute little, like, pixel animation.
That always helps.
So, like, spearmen beat horsemen. Horsemen generally, like, beat most things except for spearmen. Archers beat lots of things. Now that I think of it, it's a bit more complicated than rock, paper, scissors. But, like, it's that sort of classic, there's not too many classes that you have to worry about. It's more your terrain. So if you're, like, in the forest, you get a defensive bonus. If you're in mountains, you get a defensive bonus, that sort of thing. It does have a story mode, which I've played through the first few missions, and they're very enjoyable. Like, it's a very solid story. I got to one bit, and I'd been playing it for a while, and I kind of just wanted it to be over with. But you can't really just pause halfway through a mission. I think you have to go back to the start. So I kind of I exited that, and I haven't gone back to it yet. But if I could just play little skirmish battles or like multiplayer battles, it'd be the best. Because it's that perfect mix of strategy and casualness. Any questions?
Should I play it on Switch or Xbox?
Play it on Games Pass. It's on Game Pass.
I know it's free on that.
Try it out on that and see if you like it. And then Switch would be good, because it's portable.
Because I've seen a lot of people online say, not my sort of game.
This would be your perfect train game to the city.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Not my sort of game, but people still seem to enjoy it.
Yeah. It's got a cool dog in it, which I haven't yet been able to use as a unit. But
sold. Okay.
Yeah.
You should have said it. Should have opened with
wearing,
that.
It's wearing like armor and shit.
Gee,
So
why
cool.
didn't you open with this? Doggo with armor.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
It's
Alright.
the best. If you've got Game Pass, give Wargroove a try, because it's a really nice game. Like,
If you got Games Pass, you probably don't have any time on
True.
your hands, because there's too many fucking games on there.
exactly.
What value for money?
And now this is over to Rob, because
Days gone. What a... Can I call this a sleeper hit?
Okay.
Maybe.
Not
From
really.
the reviews I've seen, yes
That's the
and no.
thing. Reviews. First off, with the reviews, I feel like a lot of people straight off comparing this with Last of Us, God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn, straight up.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think every game, just because it's a AAA coming from Sony, needs to be compared to that caliber.
I think the problem is that Sony's made it that way.
100%. And there was too much marketing for this game, which was
way too much.
definitely a downfall. But bypassing all that, skipped the reviews and just played it. So I didn't read any reviews. I knew the response was not very positive. But I am absolutely loving the absolute hell out of Days Gone.
Basic rundown for those who don't know what it is.
So you're a bikie. You have somewhat of a gang. There's a few bikie gangs. The world has been taken over by zombies, which are called freakers. And you are a character that's trying to, or he's mourning, pretty much. He's mourning his girlfriend who he thinks has died, but the whole story is pretty much based around maybe she hasn't. So it's you trying to uncover all that, whilst protecting your bikie friends, take down zombies, and a lot of survival aspects. A lot more than I anticipated. So things like keeping your bike refueled, getting scrap from cars. There's a lot of sneaking because attacking zombies in this sometimes isn't a good idea, as you guys saw from my brief playthrough this morning. Zombies are quite powerful, and if there's more than one of them, you generally are fucked. So you want to stay out of instances where there's things like a horde, which the game is famous for, as you've seen from the trailers. 50 to 60 zombies running in groups, essentially attacking the shit out of you, and they'll kill you almost instantly if they get hold of you.
Yeah.
So it's almost like a survival game with story aspects thrown in, and that's how I'm treating it. So I'm treating it slow-paced, I'm exploring, not doing all the story at once, like spreading it out. You upgrade your character, your weapons, your bike as well. Pretty much every aspect I'm enjoying. Some performance issues on the Pro, frame rate drops, things like that, but I am persisting. Probably about 10 hours in, I feel like I've got at least another 10 to go.
Interesting. So you would say you're halfway through the story?
Probably not even.
Okay.
But I feel like the next half's going to go quicker for me.
Yeah.
Because the first half there was
Kinda
a
like
lot
God
of
of War.
exploring, a lot of... Yeah. It's just going to wrap up real quick.
And you love taking photos.
For any game with photo mode, you're going to get double longevity out of me. So I've probably spent 5 hours taking photos, 5 hours playing the game.
Yeah. Like, watching you play it today has made me a bit more keen on it.
Yeah.
Than the marketing did.
A lot of the marketing didn't... Like, there wasn't really much marketing about the survival aspect.
I think I saw one where he goes to, like, the train yard type thing and face off all the zombies.
Which they showed a lot.
Horde, like, 3 million times, and then, like, one thing about the story, and I was just like, you're showing me too much.
Yeah. And they didn't show a lot of the stuff that the game's very good at.
Yeah.
And the bike handling is very, I guess, strange. 15 years plus of playing games, I've never had a bike handle like this. So the bike, you sort of control the front wheel / the handlebars of the bike, and the back swings out because you got a big heavy bike. So navigating the forest through hordes and like close terrain, things like that, is ridiculously enjoyable. And something I don't think the game gets enough credit for currently.
Yeah, it's very interesting, the reviews for it, because I think, like you said, being a Sony...
It's a Sony studio release.
Yeah, people are holding it to a very high standard, and it's, like, to be honest, it's not at the standard of a lot of other games they've released.
No.
I think.
Because their caliber has been...
phenomenal.
So, what is it? Spider-Man, Horizon Zero Dawn, God of War.
And to be honest, I think if Days Gone came before Horizon...
Yeah, a little bit different.
Horizon would probably be getting the same treatment, because they're pretty similar in that they're that open world, tick off objectives, crafting, like, they both look amazing.
Yeah.
Horizon's a bit more of an original story.
Yeah.
But, like, I think,
there's a lot of similar aspects, stealth, things like that, almost identical in
If
this.
Horizon didn't exist, I think Days Gone wouldn't be getting, I guess, like, as average
shit on
takes. Yeah.
And old mate wears a backwards cap.
He does, because he's a biker.
Because he's cool.
He's a
Very,
cool guy. He
very
also
good.
wears lots of rings. Lots of rings.
But
Not very practical for zombie apocalypse.
No. Get caught on things.
Does he wear lots of rings on his backwards cap, though? Because it only matters. If you got a backwards cap,
He's good to go.
you mean business.
And a denim vest.
But when does he meet Darth Vader? Just, in case people didn't know. It's the same actor who played Starkiller in the Force Unleashed series.
Here we go.
They face captured the exact same way.
There you go.
And he also plays Darth Maul in the Clone Wars and Rebels TV series.
Delicious.
He does a lot of things.
He does.
Yeah.
He's very cool.
But no, Days Gone, definitely worth checking out.
Mm.
Do not buy into all the reviews and don't give it a chance.
This review has convinced me. I may get it, but not before I get Mordhau.
I might ask to borrow it off someone.
Go to the library.
They don't do games.
Yeah, libraries do games.
Do they?
He's
Yeah.
right. They do games.
Oh,
It's
okay.
amazing. I was surprised when I found that out too. Libraries do games.
I didn't know that about the games.
You can borrow mine once I'm done. It's not the sort of game I'd play and then, I want to play this again.
Yeah.
It's not of that caliber.
Yeah.
But
Now you've
by
said
God,
that, I
I'm
probably won't get it.
gonna enjoy the shit out of it while I'm playing through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
Very good.
Is that it?
That's pretty much all we've got. It's been a long one today. And we're going to keep going. We're going to play some games that we'll record. We'll put up onto YouTube. You can see us fucking around, doing some stupid shit.
If you guys don't know what gang beasts, boy, are we going to educate you.
Oh, we got a story for you.
What a game.
Jim Gordon.
Always.
Thanks for listening, and we will catch you next episode. Until then, party down. You guys don't want to say anything?
No. You wrapped it up.
Alright, bye.